So in today's video, we're actually talking about how you actually heal your inner child. The past two videos that I've done were about discovering what your inner child is and how to heal your inner child trauma. But today's video is talking about how you actually heal your inner child. You need it, I need it, everybody needs it. So yeah, let's get to it. Hey, if this is your first time visiting my channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Click on the bell as well, dong, so you get a notification every time I put out a brand new video. I do one every Sunday, so definitely stay tuned for those. Also smash that like button as well, because it does help me quite a bit. So I'm just going to cut right to the chase because we have quite a bit to get through. The healing process starts with this. In order to begin healing your inner child, the first thing that you need to do is take some time alone. Like, you need to get away from work, from your wife, from your husband, from your boyfriend, girlfriend, from your kids. Get away from everything. Find a place around town, in your own home, a place where you know you can be by yourself undisturbed for 20 to 30 minutes at least. The next step is you need to just sit down and listen. And I repeat it again, just sit there and listen. So no phones, no computers, no distraction. Leave everything away from you. If you can't stay away from your phone, keep it outside of the room or keep it away from you. If you went somewhere, say you went on a mountaintop, leave the phone in the car, leave the computer in the car. Stay away from anything. Just sit there with yourself and listen. That's it. Just listen. Now when I mean listen, it's not only going to be happening with the auditory physical sounds, but your mind is gonna explode with thoughts. This is not a bad thing. So in the beginning of that moment, your mind is going to be reminding you of the things that you need to do and the things that you forgot to do. An example is, you forgot to send that email out for work today. Or you need to pretty much make sure the kids have food. You need to make sure that you take care of this. You need to make sure you take care of that. That's gonna be unfolding in your mind. While all of that is happening, all I need you to do is take a deep breath, like, and just relax. Stay where you are, stay calm, stay relaxed, and just keep listening. But listening in an observing manner, meaning mindfully listening without participating in what's going on in your mind right then. Because what your mind is doing is simply unfolding and is giving you an inside look on what's been going on in your thoughts. So just keep listening. As you sit there and listen, these thoughts are going to start to fade, and the feelings that drive those thoughts are going to start to appear within you. You're going to start feeling these emotions from which the thoughts were coming from. For example, the thought that crossed your mind about you having to send that email ASAP actually comes from fear, because you are afraid that your boss might see your inadequacy because you didn't send it and might fire you, and you will lose your job and lose your security. So therefore the fear is the origin of the thought. Now as you are watching these emotions unfold in front of you and you start to feel them within your own body, understand that the only thing that you need to do in that moment is to take another deep breath and relax and let these emotions pass by. Let them run their transition. It would be like if you're sitting in a car and it's raining outside and the drops of water are simply hitting the glass and making their way past you. That's how I want you to continue to listen and observe these emotions as they are unfolding within you. These emotions come from your childhood emotional experiences, the traumatic repeated experiences that you were exposed to. Now, when you start to feel these emotions arise within you and your mind, my friend, you are now talking to your inner child. Yeah, that little cute, that the kid in you. Yeah, you're talking to that. I'll stop. Okay. So as these inner traumatic experiences are starting to unfold within you, you will start to feel as though there's two aspects of you. There will be an aspect that is narrating those past experiences. Like, oh my God, you got hit. Now you're scared. Oh, you should probably run. what should you do? And then there's that other aspect of you just sitting back and listening and watching it, and that is you in the present. So this would be as though there is you in the past reliving the experience and you in the present moment where you are standing or sitting having this experience. This is because your brain tries to defend you from pain and suffering because it considers it to be dangerous to your well-being. And the only way it can protect you is either by running, fighting, or hiding from it, right? Because you were young, you were a child, it couldn't run or fight back. Therefore, it decided to suppress these emotions as a way to protect you from having to deal with that pain. So it was stored in your subconscious mind. Now, this is coming from an aspect of you that you don't experience on a daily basis, but this is still alive within you. Your body will start to feel triggered. In that moment, remember to take a breath and relax. And remember that this is not actually happening to you, but you are simply remembering an emotion from an experience that you had in the past. So at this point, you're realizing that you are gaining awareness. And awareness is key when it comes to inner child healing. You being aware that it is not you in the present that is experiencing these emotions, but it is your inner child. Think of it this way. Think of the you that is experiencing these emotions from your past as a child or your little brother or sister. Now think of the you in the present that is listening and that is observing you remember these emotions as the parent or the big brother or the big sister. And understand that this is just your inner child or your little brother or sister within you that is speaking to you because it has been hurt from those childhood experiences and he is coming to open his heart to you. Now, as you're experiencing this emotion, you must suddenly feel the need to cry, or you must suddenly feel the need to want to be hugged or want to be loved. That is completely normal. Understand that despite the fact that you're perceiving this as your inner child expressing himself to you and you are the one listening to it, all of this is still happening within you. So if you have to cry, it's okay to cry. If you feel like you need a hug, it's okay to hug yourself. If you feel like you need love, it's okay to tell yourself in that moment, it's okay, I love you. Now, while you feel this, don't be afraid, don't be alarmed, and don't resist it. Feel the emotion, right? Understand that this is your inner child speaking to you, and this is you speaking to yourself, and that these emotions are absolutely valid because these things happen to you, right? Don't ignore it. Acknowledge your inner child's suffering. Recognize that he has been hurt and that you have been ignoring him for years, right? And now you are here to listen. Be loving and comforting to your inner child. Now you can do this in thought, where you start speaking in thoughts or reflecting back to your inner child how you truly feel about them. As a parent would speak to a child that is hurt, or as a big brother or big sister would speak to a little brother or little sister that is hurt. Now you can also do this verbally. You can actually say it out loud. Like, listen, I still love you. I'm sorry you went through that, right? I am here now and I'm not leaving you. I'm committing to you. You can also do this physically by simply being present with yourself and being mindful of your body. If a hug is necessary, give yourself a hug. If you need to hold yourself tight, hold yourself tight. That is perfectly okay. But you can also express it externally. You can write your inner child a letter that you address to them. You can record a voice note that you could listen to as your inner child's perspective. You can record a video that you can then watch and feel like it's an interaction between you and your inner child. These are different techniques that you could use as a way to acknowledge your inner child's suffering. So after doing this, you will feel a sense of relief, like, ah. Well, it probably won't sound like that, but you will feel a sense of relief. This is a good sign. It's a sign that your inner child hears you. It's a sign that your inner child understands that he has been heard, and that allows him to start healing. Now understand that you may think that just by doing that you have healed all your problems, but that is not true. False. No. Meaning that you dealt with one of your traumatic experiences from childhood. Now you might have had dozens or even hundreds of traumatic experiences from your childhood, and every single one of those will need to be attended to and healed. And even if it's only one, that might have layers, because a wound can cut and it will cut you deep, like deep, and there are layers to that depth that you will need to attend to, because every layer has hurt a different part of who you are. So that traumatic event could have hurt how you love yourself, and it could have also hurt your worthiness. It could have also made you a fearful person. So all of these will affect different aspects of your life, in your relationships, in your work, and everything else. Because everything that we are has a funny way of being connected deep down to one central point. Same with our issues. So if our issues have cut us deep, they are connected to a deeper point of us that you might have to walk your way through gently as time goes. As you keep doing these practices, you will get the chance to discover different aspects of your trauma that needs to be healed. The important thing here is to realize that you have shown your inner child that you see her or him, and that you are willing to take the steps necessary to mend that relationship, right? And that is all your inner child needs to know that it's okay for him to start healing. He knows he has been hurt, and he knows that you're willing to stick through it with him. And like every relationship, the more time and effort you invest in it, the stronger and deeper the bond will grow with your inner child. And as you continue to do this, to take time for yourself to attend to your inner child issues, your inner child will begin to trust you and depend on you, that you'll be there for him or her no matter what's going on. And that will make him feel at peace. And that will start to also give you a deeper sense of peace within yourself. Meaning that you, as the present you that you are now, will start to feel a deeper sense of peace within you. And this will start to manifest in your life. As you will notice that the things that you used to do in the past, you will no longer do. And the behaviors and habits that you used to have in the past will start to change. And you will start to feel like a new person. And you start to feel like a person that is whole. And even better, you will start to fall in love with yourself. You will start to fall in love with the person that you are. Just like in every relationship, the more time you spend with someone, the more attention you give someone, and the more care you give someone, the more of a connection, a loving connection is developed between you and that person. In this case, this is all happening within you. And one of the perks is that you will begin to find that you enjoy spending time with yourself and being by yourself even more than you enjoy being around people, situation, conversations where you have to pretend to be something that you're not. You will find that you have more peace being within yourself, and you prefer this over being around people that make you fake. And this is where your spiritual growth will just take off, and you will soar to levels that you've never been before, and you will experience things that you have never felt before. A wholeness that goes beyond just you. A wholeness that includes the globe, the universe, and everything that you've ever imagined. And that to me is beautiful. And I want that for you. But there are more techniques that you could use in the process of healing your inner child. My recommendation, the book Reconciliation, written by Chich Nahan, a great book that takes you in depth as far as understanding what your inner child is and how it could have been hurt from childhood, and the different strategies that you could use to heal your inner child. It is absolutely beautiful. If you read it, they have it on Audible, or you can get it on Amazon as well. Definitely check the book out. It will totally help you. If this video was helpful to you, share with a friend, anyone that you think this could be helpful for. We all have inner child trauma, and if we don't attend to them, you're gonna have to at some point, whether now or later. So share with a family friend, anyone, a friend, share it on your social media if you feel like people need to hear this message. The world is awakening. It is time for us to stop mending to ourselves so we can love ourselves and become one as a consciousness. This is what we need to do, because if we don't love, who will? And love starts within ourselves. So share with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe to that channel, click that bell, bong, and also smash the like button, because that does help me quite a bit. This is John Penny with Soul Drop, and my goal with this channel is to provide you, my friend, with knowledge, because knowledge is power. Power to free yourself. But the question is, do you want to?